D&Dark is an absurd, over-the-top comedy horror adventure that is intended for older audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions. Hello and welcome to D&Dark, a comedy horror adventure Realplay podcast loosely based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and starring some of history's most infamous monsters. I'm Danger Dan Jerz, and I'm your host / Crypt Keeper.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play Larry Talbot, a lycanthropic warlock.
Or do you?
Well, I'll tell you, last time what happened, since it's been a minute, Larry transformed into the wolf in order to face off against Dracula and kill Marnock. Honestly, a fight that, going into it, he knew he wasn't gonna win. I know vaguely what a beholder's stats are. That's not a winnable fight. But somehow, I have no idea, Larry or the wolf and Kilmarnock became besties, and those buffoons were like, yeah, we can take this guy. And so, like, a bunch of goobers went flying up together to try and face off against Dracula, got hella smacked, dunked on, got used as examples, and then were just tossed back down into Warwick Castle. And the blast that Dracula used on the wolf did in fact put me into death saves. So currently, I am falling through the air about 3 stories, and I'm already at 0 HP.
Ruh-roh.
So things are good. Things are great.
You're fine.
Let's see if we get out of here in one piece.
Also, a thing that you said reminds me, it has recently been brought to my and Jordan's attention that apparently the name of the castle is pronounced Warwick.
Warwick.
Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you, British Grandpa.
Yes, Warwick Castle.
Yeah, because we were like, yeah, it takes place at Warwick Castle. And he's like, Warwick. And we're like, Warwick? And he's like, Warwick. Ah, bloody Americans. I was like, oh, thanks, Grandpa.
Oh, man, if only we weren't going to continue to do it just to spite them at this point.
I know. It's almost like when I'm speaking Spanish just to like tease people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go get some tapatio.
But in all sincerity, I do apologize, and if you are a British listener who we somehow haven't alienated yet, and you catch us making a mistake like that, please let us know so that way we can adjust it and move forward correctly in the future.
Hi, my name is Daniel Cruz. I play Imhotep, formerly the Mummy.
Oh my god, Daniel's back!
Oh my god, I'm back! So last session went really, really well for Imhotep. I got my hands on the Necronomicon. I was able to help escape and get all of our friends out and safe. I died. And I am now standing in front of the Devil Lord Asmodeus in hell, full pierce the veil, Sailor Moon outfit and all. And Dan, I got one quick question before we get going.
Go on.
Does death count as a long rest?
I would say so.
The longest rest of them all, some might say.
Final rest.
Oh, God, I miss you guys. Hi, everyone. I'm Ben Magnet. I play Mary Frankenstein, the Frankenstein's monster, our barbarian. And things did not go well at all.
I don't know. I think they went pretty well.
It was a bad time. Phantom died. I almost died. Imhotep straight up dead. And, yeah, Dracula's back. And, yeah, it's not good. It's not fun. Last thing I remember doing is I put Phantom and Invisible Man on the broom and, you know, did the good old classic smack the horse's ass to make sure it flies away. I'm trying to go get Larry, which apparently Larry's falling through the sky.
Larry's about to die. And I have the bag of weasels, which I also realized that I have Imhotep's bones inside the bag of goddamn weasels.
Oh, if nothing.
Is each individual bone like able to turn into a weasel, or is it like...
We'll have to see, won't we?
I am not going to roll 206 times to see if every bone of Imhotep becomes a weasel.
The really terrifying thing is that those bones are all connected now.
Oh, like a weasel king?
Weasel
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh.
An amalgam of weasels.
But yeah, good news is Phantom used the pocket watch of long rest. It gave me an instant long rest. So I am back at full HP. I'm back at all my rages. I'm ready to go. It's just the next time I take a long rest, it's not going to be a good time for me. But you know what? That's fine because I just want to get Larry and get the F out of there.
Hello, I'm Grayson. I played Jack Griffon, the Invisible Man, the party's rogue. Last time we were all in Warwick Castle because I'm American and I can get away with that bullshit. We summoned Dracula as per good monsters, I guess, and then the story just basically went to hell in a handbasket. We lost a party member. Jack was effectively useless. Got a couple lucky actually a lot of lucky rolls. We dispatched Rainer. So that was kind of cool.
Mr. Useless, Mr. Kills one of our big bads. Come on, man. Give yourself some credit.
Oh, it was a session. I still keep thinking about it. I'm like, I'm so happy that we got a lot of lucky rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where our luck is going to be now.
Oh, I rolled 2 nat once just now. That's fun. Oh, there's the third. Oh, buddy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenai. I play Carmilla Malarka Karnstein, the vampire blood hunter. And Drac is back, baby!
Heck yeah!
I don't know if we should be happy about that.
Woo!
My brunch partner, that's short for bat lunch. He's a real cruel guy. We went on lots of adventures together back in the day. But, you know, just like what happens when you lose contact with somebody, he's changed somehow into a horrible nightmare. But he took the fear, the remembrance, all of the things that she'd worked so hard for, gone and just, reattributed to Dracula. Really, what a copy bat.
Yeah, just like a man.
And all of my friends are dying.
Oh, you think I'm your friend?
Well, I thought so until you said it like that.
Well, I mean, maybe he was your friend.
Yeah, it's true. He was.
I know,
He
he's
was
dead now.
my friend. But Larry falling to his death. There's weasels, there's brooms, there's lots of horrible, horrible things happening. And there was absolutely nothing Carmilla could do to stop any of this. She just had to stand on the balcony, frozen to the spot while everyone around her was just dying.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron, and I play the Phantom of the Opera, our bard. I think that in the way of mid-season finales, we really got a good narrative finish. Figuratively speaking, plans have blown up in my face the whole season. But this time it literally blew up in my face and I died. I spent much of the ending there soliloquizing, but at the very end, I didn't get the chance to say it to Imhotep directly. But he gave me the Necronomicon, and I promise to keep it out of the right hands.
I don't like that.
And with that, let's jump back into the chaos that you have still not saved yourselves from. Let's start back up with Larry, who is in death saves and is actively plummeting towards his death with Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock is going to make a dexterity saving throw. Nat 20.
Yes, buddy, live! Now that we're friends, I want you to live!
And he is able to telekinetically stabilize himself, and with you by his side, because it's a nat 20, he will soften the blow and you will not take any fall damage.
Oh my god.
Thank God.
Kilmarnock!
As you both make your way down to the floor.
Like a big, horrible pillow.
Let me have him roll medicine. That is a 12. So you are stable but still down.
Okay.
It is clear to me that now is not the time for vengeance. I must regather my strength and regather my tome.
Not the tome, though.
And then we shall dethrone the false king.
Yes.
This prince of death.
Get him.
And the true, almighty, all-knowing, all-seeing king of existence, Kilmarnock, will elevate to his rightful place. Regather your own strength as well. And we shall have our day.
And then he's going to fire off at himself a couple of his diaphanous white etherealness rays. and will retreat into the ethereal plane.
As he leaves, would I be transforming back at this point, or am I still a wolf?
I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Okay. As Kilmarnock stabilizes the werewolf was slowly transforming back into Larry, and by the time they hit the floor, it's still that like half man, half beast state, but very much equal parts between the both of them. And before Kilmarnock fades into the ethereal realm, he just wants to just turn and look at him.
Thank you, Kilmarnock.
I hope to see you again. I hope to bring him down. In the meantime, I genuinely hope you enjoy your freedom. I will see you again. And he's gonna just pass out. And he can't believe he survived this!
Oh my god.
How's that even possible?
You know, so far.
And he made a friend! He made a friend out of it! You go, Larry!
I love this for him.
As he fades into the ethereal plane, Kilmarnock says,
I shall see you again, as I shall see you now, for I see all things,
This freaking guy.
and you shall behold.
See ya, buddy.
So as Larry slips into unconsciousness, we will jump back to Mary, Jack, Phantom, and Carmilla, having just felled Raynor, who has disintegrated into a pile of ash before you. All that remains of him being the journal of Abraham Van Helsing that was in his possession that he used to cast Baron Vordenberg's soul into Dracula.
Vordenberg.
Oh, that son of a bitch doesn't have my father's journal on him, does he?
Or the key.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Oh, my damn key bag.
What an asshole.
All right, so as Raynor dies, and I send Phantom and Imhotep, Phantom and Invisible Man.
Yeah, not Imhotep.
Too soon, damn it.
Too soon. As I send them on their way, I want to pick up the journal, essentially loot Raynor's robes to see what else he has, because I'm desperately trying to find my father's journal.
Roll investigation.
Investigation +1, so unnatural 19.
Nice.
With a 19, I will say that yes, you are able to find Victor Frankenstein's journal among what remains of Raynor's, remains.
Remainer. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
It's a sickness.
However, you can tell that it has recently been very much worn down from use as it has been copied.
Gotta love it.
That son of a bitch. Oh, if he wasn't already dead, I would kill him again. Well, we have to worry about this later. Right now, we have to go. Where did Larry go?
Yeah, he didn't come with us, I don't think.
So I look up, I try to find out where Larry went, and I will try to go to get him.
Everybody roll perception.
Oh, God. Crash. Did you hear that?
Crash, bang, bash, boom.
Well, there goes my luck. That's a nat 4.
Woo, that's a 2, baby.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Yeah, big money.
Off to a great start, Aaron.
After my modifier, it's a 6.
I'll right in the world. I'll right with the world.
They're never gonna find my remains.
The whole first session. Where's Larry? I don't know.
So with that abysmal group perception check, there is so much commotion going on around you that you can't parse any one particular thing. There is a lot of rumbling and a lot of muttering and murmuring from outside. There's a bunch of crashing and banging all throughout the castle. There is loud commotion everywhere as the entire furniture around you is still continuing to rumble and pivot in response to the Necronomicon.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna get this outside, I think. So deuces.
We still need to find Larry, so don't go too far.
So Phantom, you step outside, correct?
Sure do.
All right, you're gonna wish you hadn't.
Oh, is that an angry mob? I haven't seen one of those in years.
So, Phantom, as you
boy.
step out the front doors of Warwick Castle, you see what Jack saw the beginnings of as Dracula is descending from the sky and mobs of people are beginning to form in awe of his spectacle. Roll stealth.
Oh, good. I always rock this one. It's a 12.
On a Phantom average, that's above average.
With a 12, you haven't been spotted yet, but you are in no way, shape, or form hidden from sight.
Dracula senses that heartbeat.
I would like to pull an old Phantom special. I'd like to step inside and close the door.
Dan, for flavor text, can I grab him by the scruff of his neck and just yoink him back inside?
I'm going to leave that up to Aaron.
Aaron, can I do that?
Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah.
I just grab like the neck of his clothes and just yoink him back in, and you hear a slight little.
No.
But yeah, Dan, what did he see out
Did
there?
I see Larry's body?
You didn't see anything involving Larry or Kilmarnock. You were a little bit too late for that portion of it. Go ahead and roll perception to see just how much of this you took in.
Oh, unnatural 20.
Ooh.
Give me the lore.
With an unnatural 20, you were able to clock a familiar, pulsing, hypnotic sensation that you were able to get yourself out of. You are not affected by it, but you could see that he was en masse, hypnotically suggesting to the crowds as he spoke to them. You need not be afraid of me, good citizens of the English countryside, for I am a great admirer of your country and your culture and your command over the Western world. I was slain before by your religious orders. They saw me as a monster, and not without reason. They are partially correct. Your land, your country, your way of life is under attack, not by soldiers in a war, but by beasts that hide among you. They depend upon your complacency to flourish before they feast on you and upend the normality of this life and culture that you and I both admire. Your streets are not safe. I, Count Dracula, understand these horrors. As you have seen, I have the power to force them into submission and drive them out. I can excise this rot and free you from the danger that stalks the moonlit streets. That is, if you allow me to, with your invitation.
No!
I can take your country back to the heights it once aspired to. I can keep your family safe and elevate your standard of living so you can take your rightful place and they can be reminded of theirs. Do I have your invitation? And Phantom gets yoinked right back in as he hears the crowd mesmerized by him.
Yes! Wow! Yeah! Ah!
You willingly invite me in?
It's weird that you have to clarify.
Invitation is a very interesting choice of words, but sure.
Say the words. Count Dracula, we invite you in.
Count Dracula, are you single?
Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, no. What? I don't want to know that. No.
Count Dracula! We, the people, invite you in!
Excellent. Now back to you guys.
I would like to say, guys, in real life, while Dan was monologuing as Dracula, there was for real thunder outside. I'm a little
it's starting to
scared.
rain right now.
Actually, you're right. It is raining.
Can someone send help? I don't feel safe. I need to be rescued. I'm in the house of Dracula, please, and thank you. XOXO Gossip Girl.
Wow, wish I could write those words in my diary. Dreamt about having brunch with Dracula again. Oh, well.
So that's what you heard.
Anyone else sweating? No, just me?
No,
Okay.
man, I'm sweating.
Depends what's making you sweat.
Well, we all know what's making her sweat.
Sorry, I'll tone it down.
Put down for the count. It's not even funny. Like, I can't even play Carmilla as like, okay, Carmilla's a lesbian. This has no effect on her. And I'm
Exactly.
Congratulations, she's officially had her bisexual awakening.
oh shit. It's all Van Helsing. He's had his gay awakening and now he's
At this point, that soul is all you.
Yep, okay.
No excuses
no more blaming
now.
Van Helsing for this.
Jack being surrounded by the ash and the leftovers of whatever is and was Raynor. Just kind of like almost absent-mindedly sifting through the ashes, looking to see if there's any items, any keys, any papers, anything that's left over that we can get that can help us get to maybe the next point. Like, we need to find a heading.
What I will say, no roll required, you are able to find the key to his vault.
I was just wondering if like there was any papers or anything else left over that would point us in the direction of other locations that Raynor had been to that we could be checking out.
Roll just a straight d20 for luck.
Okay.
I have a dumb idea. I would like to cast Tiny Hut.
Do we get our chairs?
We all get the chairs, and it's hopefully safer.
Yes!
All right, please describe what happens as you cast this tiny hut.
So after getting pulled back in, everyone else seems relatively calm. I assume, Mary is just sort of like annoyed that I wandered outside. Jack's sifting through the ash, Carmilla's there taking in the scene. But like a cartoon character, Phantom will like warp to like the four walls basically with like the cartoon hammer and nails sound and just like assemble a cube of cartoon wood and then hide inside of it, having seen the horrible crowds and the vampire speech.
Is it because he's never had that great of an audience?
It's because we're all gonna die. And I had this exact group setting before.
So please re-describe to me what tiny hut gets you mechanically.
A 10-foot radius, immobile dome of force springs into existence around you and above you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave its area. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. Creatures and objects within the dome, when I cast it, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the dome or be cast through it. Sort of like an impenetrable dome.
Roll a straight d20 for luck.
Oh no.
And in the meantime, Grayson, what was the result of your roll?
I just got a 9.
With a 9, you don't find anything new.
Okay. I got my key and pocket it.
13? It's a very lucky number.
All right, so with a 13, I'm going to draw the boundaries of your 10-foot by 10-foot cube.
Mightn't I ask why this is necessary?
Because as you finish the spell and as those barriers come down within 10 feet...
No.
Oh, hello.
Kidding me?
I mean, we've stood here for the longest time, so why not?
...are the 2 animated sets of armor that have been marching towards you this whole time, whose footsteps were buried in the general rumblings and commotion, and who you failed to notice until after you dropped down the barriers.
Yep. That was the perception check.
So these suits of armor that are being enlivened and enriched by the Necronomicon are now within this dome with you, and you will all be rolling initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
As Phantom pulls up the tiny hut and then we realize that we're not alone, I just give Phantom this glare. I'm like, if we survive this, I am giving you a black eye.
Before we dive into this combat, let's go check in on Larry.
Speaking of dying.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Larry has been stabilized and through unconsciousness has reverted from the werewolf to Larry. And as you start to come to, you see a couple of the vampire spawn are looming over you, about to bite into your neck, but they hesitate. You feel an intense heat from one of your pockets and an intense cold from another of your pockets. Both are skin-burningly painful in opposite directions.
Yeesh.
And as you're feeling these sensations, you see the vampire spawn pause over you and then take a few steps back, look to each other, and vanish as they run off.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Oh, that was easy. All right. Larry's gonna start coming to, and just the world's like spinning and blurred and a little bit of like tinnitus in the ear. And he sees these vampires spawn. He's like, ah, shit. Feels the burning. He's like, ah, shit. And then they leave and they're like, huh? It's been a day, damn it.
It's the third worst day.
That's probably about where it ranks. He's gonna sit up, kind of rubbing his temples, put his shirt on, put his suspenders on, and then he's gonna use the handkerchief he has and try and grab those two various temperature items out of his pocket.
What do you reach for first?
I guess hot first.
So, as you reach for the sensation of heat coming from your pockets, you pull out your tarot cards.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, what's your card of the day?
It's either Temperance or the Fool. Oh my god.
Thematically, the Fool is very fitting right now.
I think I'm gonna pick the Fool.
What does the Fool get you?
Take half damage from falling. God damn it.
Oh my god.
But hey, howdy, hey, does not suffer ill effects from heat or cold. You have the rustic hospitality features from the folk hero background. Wow, that's very convenient. It's card number 0. So that's a great way to start this, whatever this is gonna be.
New seasoning.
As you pull out your tarot deck, you can see a handful of the cards are glowing with messages for you from Maleva.
Oh, not now. Oh, okay,
You hear her in a panic saying,
Lawrence, what is happening? I am getting some readings from the cards saying that you are transforming, but it is not a full moon. What is going on? Something must be deeply wrong. Please tell me. Well, why am I even bothering with this? You can't tell me. You're a wolf. All right. If you can hear this, I am already on my way to track you down to minimize the collateral damage. Please, just when you come back to your senses, do whatever you can to keep yourself safe. I hope that your compatriots can get this message. I don't even know what the situation is right now, but I'm gonna stop talking because this is not productive or helpful right now, but I am on my way.
Uh-oh.
Maleva, no. She doesn't know. And Larry's gonna freak out. Larry's gonna be like, she doesn't know it's Dracula. She's gonna run right into the belly of the beast. Okay, what else? The cold thing. What the hell's the cold thing? I'm gonna look at that real quick.
So as you reach into your other pocket and pull out the skin-burningly cold, though not to you because of the Fool.
Heck yeah, thanks the Fool. I really, that me.
You pull out the amulet that you took from the asylum, from the personal belongings of one R.M. Renfield.
What do you got for me?
It is pulsating with this icy cold temperature. And as you pull it out and hold it close to you to examine it, you hear a strained gasp. And you hear faint, echoing whispers saying, "Get out of London. Stay away from the shadows. Stay in the light."
I'm gonna look around me. And I'm gonna ask, who am I speaking to right now? You sound familiar.
I will need you to roll some variety of charisma.
Hey, Warlock boy.
Up to you whether it's persuasion, intimidation, performance, however you want to flavor this.
Yell at the necklace.
Ah! They're all +3. I think the flavor I'll choose is intimidation, because Larry's fed up. I think I know what's going on in this amulet, and you're gonna have to give me a good reason to trust you. It's a 5 + 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an 8. He's feeling weak. His voice is shaky. He's not really able to get up the chutzpah.
With an 8, the voice from this amulet says to you, I understand your hesitation.
God damn it, that voice.
We have a lot more in common than you realize, but we are both in very dire straits right now. And if you are to survive, then you will need to stay in the light, stay out of the shadows, and get away from London.
Okay. Okay. So Larry's gonna take a little bit of cloth that he has in his pocket, and he's gonna wrap it around the amulet to, like, curtail the temperature a little bit. He's like, shit, well, I gotta get to Maleva. All else be damned, I need to get out of here, so fine. So stay to the light. Okay.
Whatever you need to do, if you can survive until daybreak, you will momentarily be safe from his grasp.
Okay. All right, and until daybreak, I'll listen to you then, but at that point, I have some questions for you. But until then, I'll follow your lead. And then I'm gonna look around the room, and is this room pretty well lit?
This room is fairly well lit. The candles are still there and still alight from the summoning ritual. There is still some small semblance of light leaking in. There's a little bit of moonlight coming in from the open doors.
Okay, I still have a candle from St. Marie's Church. I'm gonna light that.
Okay.
All right, so I've got a nice little lit candle with me, and I'm gonna make my way out of here. I gotta get to Maleva before she gets Dracula'd.
All right. It's a great time to cut to Imhotep.
All right.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love how excited when he sounded about that one.
Dead.
Imhotep, in your fully human appearance as you were in life, you stand on a bridge made of chains before a flaming infernal throne as this enormous onyx-skinned figure with multiple sets of horns curling around its head, gripping onto a flaming chain, stares down at you and says,
I'm sure this is all a bit overwhelming for you. So take a moment to gather your bearings. I'm sure you have many questions for me.
Who, what, where, when, why, what? Huh?
All right. Allow me to get the most obvious of those out of the way. You are, in essence, the ninth and lowest-most layer of the 9 hells that I rule over. You may know me as the Devil Lord Asmodeus. I answer to many names, but that is the one that your comrades have been throwing around.
You're the asshole that's been doing the deals, aren't you?
Guilty as charged.
Is there like a #1 customer framed picture on the side that has like Phantom's face in it?
Can I do that? Can I do a quick perception check to see if there's like a favorite customer?
Employee of the
sure,
month.
roll perception.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh. Man, the hits keep coming with these low rolls.
With a nat 1, I'm going to say that yes, you do find that, and you see Phantom crossed off and you in his place.
Oh no! He made one devil's bargain, and that was enough.
As you can see, you are in a very unique predicament. I find you fascinating. Because you see, you're not supposed to be here. Your associate Erik is. And yet, you come in his stead. I want you to tell me why.
He takes a moment to kind of collect himself because he's right. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. whilst I agree with you that once his time on the mortal plane is expired, he has done things that would likely get him here.
Unbelievable.
It is my duty as a priest of Osiris to allow him the chance to gain the experience to his heart that he may make it himself to the Duat, a place that I was supposed to go to. I thought I was a good person. I don't know how my sacrificing myself to allow him a second chance is deemed as something damnable.
See, that is what makes you so interesting. That was a very good, very moral choice of yours. But I wouldn't exactly call you a good person. Here, let me put this in terms that you would understand. Let me take a more suitable form.
You're about to tell me that there's somewhere a magical paper that says I'm lawful evil still. Ooh. It turned to neutral. I'm not evil anymore.
So there.
And what you see, he starts to raise the chain to crack it like a whip, but before it cracks, it transforms in one fluid motion into a set of scales. And as you blink, you see not Asmodeus, but you see Thoth. And he lays down a feather on one of the two scales. And lays down your soul on the other of the two scales. And they pivot back and forth.
Now, to clarify, I am not Thoth. This is merely an appearance that I've taken on to help illustrate the point. But as you can see, your scales are not separate. You've done many a good moral thing.
And as the feather swings down and your soul swings up, you see flashes of your redemption and refusal to kill Ankh-Sunamun. You see your sacrifice to Phantom. You see your general well-being and demeanor, the generally good decisions you have made.
So while I can say that you're not strictly speaking evil,
the pendulum swings the other way, and as your soul weighs down and the feather goes up, you see the brutal evisceration of the humans that you have encountered on this journey so far. You see the scarab beetles erupting from out of your system, devouring the cultists alive. You see your relish and enjoyment in subjugating your, let's call them servants, back in ancient times. You see the glee in your eyes as you fell Charis, who sought to liberate them.
you can't exactly claim that you are good either.
But I am right. I am just. It is my right as a priest of Osiris to find the balance between those who are willing to move over and those who are not. And though I may have some theatrical ways about going about it, I am still just.
Be that as it may, since you are not, in the grand scheme of things, strictly evil, I am under no obligation to keep you here. But since you're not good either, I have no obligation to let you go. Your fate, as it were, still hangs in the balance as you teeter on the edge of neutrality. You fascinate me.
Thank you. Kind of flips one of the Sailor Moon hair braids.
And I have not yet made up my mind what I should do with you.
Let me go. Smiles awkwardly.
Say, do the hip flourish. Do the hip flourish.
Roll perception. Roll persuasion.
Roll performance.
However you want to go about this, roll the relevant skill.
I guess with the persuasion, I have a 19.
It is true. you might prove more useful for my purposes in the material plane than you would here in the Infernal. But I can't just let you go without getting something in return.
What do you want? What can I offer to you?
Well, you can offer me two things. First, what is it you know about the one called Dracula?
He is an incredibly powerful vampire lord who only recently, and by recently I mean checks his sundial watch, a couple of hours ago, was resurrected. He brings with him fear and pain and suffering for all those around him.
And he is, would you not say, an incredibly powerful asset.
An asset? To you?
One which I currently hold no ownership over.
I want you to make either a history or an arcana check.
Either or, it's a 9. They're both the same.
Oh!
With a 9, you vaguely remember something about vampires being infernal.
Is Dracula one of your devils? In mortal form? Well, mortal in air quotes, I suppose.
Would that it were so still. A majority of vampires do stem from me. They are an undead that are formed from infernal bonds. But look me in the eye.
And as he says that, he becomes basically a biblically accurate angel and is covered in eyes that are staring down at you from all directions.
Aha, yes, you are very funny. Which one?
Look me in any of these eyes and tell me that what you experienced when you went up against Dracula felt like any ordinary vampire.
He kind of takes 30 seconds of bouncing around trying to pick one eye, but they keep blinking and looking in different directions. Just look at me first so I can look at you. It felt different from the vampires that we have encountered. Truly, most we have encountered the spawn of vampires, and my good friend Orlok being one of the only vampires, true vampires. Well, no, Marlowe, and it's been a while. Give me a minute. I'm remembering everybody. I'm remembering all the NPCs very slowly.
And he takes back again the form that you first encountered out of simplicity.
Thank you.
The reason that he feels so different is because while he may have stemmed from the infernal powers of my domain, he took on the magic of the abyss. He does not belong to me. He belongs to my enemy, and I want him taken off the board.
I see. You too fear that which lies beyond the stars, then?
I wouldn't call it fear.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you know about the abyss?
He kind of starts flexing his right fist, realizing that he no longer has the parasite. It is the home of the strange, the powerful, the unknowable, and it has its own intentions that we cannot fully understand.
You are partially correct. Let me answer with another question.
No good, more questions.
Are you familiar with the concept of evolution?
I have heard it as a new form of science. I believe our friend Jack would know more about that, but from what I understand, it is the idea, the concept that an ape over years could become a man. I do not like the fact that my character here is against evolution, but it's what he would be doing. It's a character choice. I'm sticking with it. I don't like it, but I'm sticking with it.
Let's put it in more simple terms. It is creatures adapting to their circumstances over eons of time to best suit what they are provided with. Survival of the fittest and all that. Which does not mean survival of the best or the strongest. or the most powerful or capable. It means that some idiot got lucky. See, this universe is nothing more than a cosmic game of trial and error. There is no rhyme or reason to it. Simply the random musings of the primordial soup that all of existence crawled out of. This, of course, applies to deities as well. The only difference being, we don't die off. So what the Abyss is the answer to a very daunting question. What happens in that process of trial and error when the errors don't die?
I have chills all
I
over.
love that.
The true natural order is, as they believe the children say, thrown out of whack.
Precisely. That primordial soup that all of existence sprang from still exists, and it's still experimenting. It is, in a word, chaos, pure, undistilled, illogical, and irrational. I simply seek to taper it back. Its forces have no agenda. They have no desires beyond entropy and carnage. They are beings created purely at random. There are even a few duplicates. You've met one of yourself, the one known as Cos.
I guess.
If you have an opposite, why don't you think that we wouldn't as well?
As above, so below. As within, so without.
Thank you, mysterious voice from somewhere else that just happened to say the exact words he was looking for. Yes, we'll go with what the mysterious voice said. As above, so below. So there is, as there was an antithesis to me, there is an antithesis to this Dracula, you believe?
I believe there is an antithesis to myself. While I might be the source of the inferno, the king of the hells, the serpent lord, there is lurking within the abyss a prince of undead, and he has his claws wrapped around what once was mine. I no longer have a use for him. He does. He wishes to spread chaos, pandemonium, and mass death and undeath. I will release you from hell if you can eliminate him from the board. And of course, return the soul that rightfully belongs here.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's two things. You want him to do one thing.
He did say right at the top he wanted two things.
Oh, that's true.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
So you wish for me to destroy your, shall we call it, other self, for simplicity's sake.
For simplicity's sake, if you can consider Dracula to be the avatar of my opposite.
Does this entity have its own name besides Dracula, the one that it is attached to it?
Asmodeus.
Daniel, I think you're the only one here who will recognize this name.
As a matter of fact, he does. He has been called many things, but most commonly, Orcus.
That's a good Daniel reaction.
Ooh, Orcus. Orcus is the demon prince of the undead. But he's a lot of undeath and gross. He's a big bloated corpse-looking dude. He's gross.
Yummy.
And everyone's all like, ooh, Dracula, so sexy.
That is such an interesting angle for Dracula, though.
It's his deity is Orcus?
No, it's avatar. So it's like his essence has been.
Dracula is.
He's like a sock puppet, and Orcus is the hand inside of the sock puppet Dracula.
So essentially, it's like Dracula's working for Orcus, but he doesn't know he's working for Orcus.
Yeah. It'd be like trapped in his subconscious.
Gotcha.
It's almost like where the thirst comes from, right?
You wish for me to kill Dracula and kill the Phantom for you and bring his soul to you.
You do not need to lay yourself on your friend. Simply ensure that he returns to his intended destination.
I assure you that when that man drops, he is coming right here. I can see, unless that man redeems himself.
Unlikely.
I will see what can be done. We are already trying to topple this Dracula.
Then it appears our interests are aligned.
It does.
Now, it is a very unusual allowance for a soul once in hell to be released from it. There is a particular order to these things, and as you and I can both appreciate the lawful nature of this reality, these rules and this structure must be followed. It is the only thing keeping this inferno from devolving into the chaotic nothingness of the abyss that we fight back against. There is a gate in Averse that leads back to the material plane. You will need to unlock that gate with a key from each of the other Devil Lords above me. It gives them something to do, makes them feel more important than they are. And I will give you a vessel with which to carry these keys.
And he goes to crack the whip, and an enormous boulder
Oh my god.
appears before you.
The path is simple, straightforward, and steep. If you want out of hell, you're going to have to roll your way up.
Roll your way. I'm surprised it's not a D20 sided boulder.
Imhotep kind of like looks at this huge rock. I have to push this all the way. We are at the bottom and I have to go up, right?
There is a walking path, yes.
That
Take the
doesn't answer the
stairs.
question.
It's huge. It's like 30 feet wide.
And if you go to give it a push, it does budge, but it does take a very strong, concerted amount of effort.
I hate
And as
this.
soon as you stop, it immediately starts to roll back.
Imhotep gives it like a small push to see how heavy it is. Gives it a little bit more of a push. Looks back at him and says, you know, you want me to do something for you. The more that you make it harder for me to do that thing, the less likely that thing is going to happen. I'm just saying.
Eric's gonna live forever.
Now be warned, the path is treacherous, but you are already dead.
Basically, just mechanically. If you do drop down to 0 HP, you will warp right back to layer 9, and the boulder will roll all the way back down.
Oh, this makes it sound like you're going to try to kill me.
I don't think it makes it sound like it.
Yeah, that's not a threat, that's a promise.
It's a promise.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. I will take on your literally Sisyphean task and get out of here so that I can do the thing that you asked me to do in the first place.
Now, one last word of advice before you leave. The other Devil Lords are fickle, but you are going to be to them equally as fascinating as you are to me, though for different reasons. As I'm sure you noticed, your patron cannot reach you down here.
Yeah, I noticed.
That will not necessarily be the case the higher you ascend. There is a tear into the abyss on the topmost layer of Avernus. Watch yourself as that abyssal energy begins to interfere. That is your biggest bargaining chip and your biggest detriment.
That's my biggest detriment, not the giant boulder.
Don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to get used to the task.
And as you roll your way
Oh, Lord.
out of his office, you make your way into the empty rocky wasteland of Nessus. There is no wind, there is no noise, there is just a stony walkway that extends endlessly towards a fragile, rickety set of stairs that wind its way up as far as you can see.
Don't drop it.
And now let's jump back to the others.
Whee!
Back over to everyone else within the tiny hut. Glowing, bristling with magical energy, these two suits of armor, these helmed horrors,
I don't know what that means.
I know what that means.
raise up their swords to stop you. So, in combat, it is now Phantom's turn.
Can I tell that they are powered by the Necronomicon?
I would say it's pretty obvious.
I want to vault over this desk, maybe tuck down underneath it, and I want to see if I can just turn it off.
Oh no.
You're gonna unplug the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Unplug your brain.
What I want you to do, first, roll a D100
Oh no.
as you roll on the insanity table.
Now I know it's random effects. I hope that higher numbers aren't worse. 98?
Of course you got 98.
Uh-oh.
You immediately fall unconscious.
Welcome to the Necronomicon, bitch.
99, Phantom boy.
What's this button do? It turned him off.
Don't worry, guys. I got this plop.
I'm looking for the turn it off spell. Hold on. There it is. Anyway, I'm gonna fucking die. Good luck, y'all.
Good turn.
Okay, so
GG.
now it's Jack's turn.
I can just imagine there was a conversation between Asmodeus and Imhotep. You have to bring me back the one that deserves to be here. Oh, wait, he's right there.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, the fastest contract I've ever received.
Imhotep pushing the boulder up the hill, just sees it. Just pull on it straight down.
Okay, so you said my turn. I will somewhat follow Phantom's lead, jump over this table, and attempt to hide behind it.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
Can we just say that I did stealth and I don't have to roll because my dice have not been kind to me?
You can hide behind my body.
Yeah, I'll use your body to like tuck me in a little bit further.
Okay, well, in that case, roll with advantage.
Really? Really? Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
It's going to make Phantom more visible.
Neither of those rolls were very good. My stealth was an 18.
Yeah, that not very good 18 succeeds.
Really? Holy shit. Okay. So I kind of like, grab Phantom's body, kind of like tuck him in a little bit closer to me, thinking to myself, all right, cool. I'm safe. I'm hidden. And I will go ahead and
Snuggles.
Yeah, I will go ahead and take the help action for everyone around me.
Okay, so the next thing that somebody does, they get to use your help and roll with advantage. So now it's going to go over to the helmed horrors.
Oh no.
The one that is closest to Carmilla will swing out at Carmilla. The one that is closest to Mary will swing out at Mary.
Nice. Love this.
Gotta love it.
So the one that is swinging at Carmilla, that is a 16 and a 19. So both of those attacks will land. So that will be 13 damage total.
Okay.
Then for Mary, it's an 18 and an 11. So I think only one of those hits.
Yeah, only one of them hits.
That will be 6 damage to you. It is slashing, so that will be cut in half. So you take 3 damage.
Okay.
And that ends both of their turns. So Mary, it's over to you.
Cool. I go into a rage.
Rage.
And for my rage, I am going to use Tundra. When this effect is activated, each creature of your choice in your aura gains 2 temporary hit points as icy spirits inure it to suffering. The temporary hit points increase when you reach certain levels. I am level 7. So they actually get 3 temporary hit points.
Yay.
There's just a layer of frost over my unconscious body.
But it doesn't hurt. And I am going to double strike.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
13 plus 6. That is an unnatural 19.
A 19 does not hit.
Wait, a 19 does not hit these guys?
Mm-hmm. Helmed horrors frickin' suck, yo.
Fuck. Okay. I'll try again. Okay. unnatural 20.
A 20 does hit.
Noted.
Yeah, noted. So this guy is going to get, that's an 8. So 8 plus 3, 11. 11 points of damage.
All right. It is resistant to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage.
Well, shit.
So that will round down to 6.
Okay, that's still better.
So you get a little bit of damage in the first time as you're able to slice into like the magical core beneath the armor. The second time, you slice at the actual chest plate itself, and it just glances right off of it. So you leave a little nick and scratch, but it's clear that the integrity of this armor is still holding strong.
Shit. We should probably leave.
So, Carmilla, it is now your turn.
We have not taken a rest, so I can't do a blood curse. So I'm just gonna have to try and pick away at it with my claws, which you said should be as like two-handed swords. Oh, that's a 3. Ding. 14.
14 also does not hit. So similarly to Mary's last attack, you scratch and nick at the armor, but everything you've done is only cosmetic damage.
But the pain that I feel is very real.
All right, so then as it loops back around to Jack, let's jump back over to Larry.
Oh, me?
Larry's gonna save us all.
I hope so.
Shoot, what am I gonna do? Hey.
As you are leaving this room, you are retracing your steps back the way you came and are still going back through the undercroft of the castle.
As I'm kind of tentatively stepping out of that room and down these stairs into the clock puzzle room, I don't feel very confident, and I'm very alone. I'm also very alone. So what do I see before me? Just the same old...
The same thing that you came through initially. The clock puzzle is still solved, both doors are still open, everything seems suspiciously quiet.
Okay. I'm gonna walk down these hallways. Maybe can I perception check?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. 17.
With a 17, you can sense the feeling that you are being watched, and as you look over your shoulder, you can catch fleeting glimpses of the vampire spawn that are staying just far enough away and are watching you as you make your way through. And you get the suspicion, you hear some fleeting whispers from the amulet. It is this amulet that is keeping them away from you.
Seems like you're in the clear.
Yeah, I'm real sus about those guys following me.
Yeah.
So, mysterious quote-unquote amulet, you're keeping them away from me, right? Can you make them leave?
There is only so much that I can do in regards to them at this particular moment. There is no need to be coy about all this. I believe we have already been introduced in some capacity. My name is Richard Milo Renfield.
You spoke to me before in the safe, right? And I'm going to say that as I kind of like carefully step back and away down this hall. I'm going to carefully keeping an eye on the vampire spawn. I'm going to ask, how are you speaking to me right now? Because I've seen Raynor, and he's not exactly friendly and trying to get me out of here alive, so what's your deal?
I understand. The one that you know as Raynor was an aspect of me. Consider it, I would say the best way to put it in perspective. You are a lycanthrope, are you not?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
I have vague recollections of what Raynor interacted with you as. He is to me what your werewolf is to you. He is my worst tendencies, dialed up and exaggerated. He is what is left over of me after what the master put me through.
Oh.
But you needn't fear from me. I was as in control of him as you are of your wolf. I have fleeting fragments of what he experienced and the horrors that he did in my name, but...
No, I understand that fully. How do you feel about your other half? I know you say he's committed horrors in your name, but I imagine you wanted no part of that?
I would be lying if I said I was entirely opposed to this experience. He is me without my soul. And although it is taking my worst tendencies and dialing them up to an exaggerated extreme, it also suppressed the pain and the anguish that I feel. I was free, momentarily at least, and insofar as being free of the pain is worth being free of everything else.
Oh, he's saying all the right words.
I know, Larry's the perfect person to have this item.
Oh, shoot. He's saying all the right words.
How come we keep turning our bosses into accessories?
I was actually
the exact same
my
thing.
God.
Because we don't know it, but we're playing Pokemon.
When do I get the Dracula belt?
Dan, question. So, the bad half, is this like Vordenberg when we were fighting his revenant? It's a lot of similar language here.
I'm not entirely sure. From the little fragments that I can recall, it is not dissimilar. The difference there is that the revenant of the Baron Vordenberg was still an aspect of his soul. Raynor was to me everything that exists about me minus soul.
Interesting.
I don't know the particular nuances of how that exactly breaks down, but I do know the danger that you are in, and I do know that you need to get as far away from him as possible. He is a very deadly and a very powerful adversary, but that's not what makes him dangerous.
What makes him dangerous?
What makes him dangerous is his charm. He will take everything from you. He will chew you up and spit you out. He will use you for his own ends. And you will love him for it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, dude.
I need to leave. Sorry, guys. Game's over. I have a heart out.
Hey, I'm gonna... Okay, sorry I'm taking a second with this, but...
Okay, just casually jump over the spikes and try not to trip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do a
just
flip.
do a big backflip real quick. Larry's gonna think about the things he just said, other than the you'll love him for it, really connects to him and his experiences. Oh, you're making me feel so hard for him right now.
Evil.
Actually, I'm going to use the lodestone to cast flight on myself.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you expend 1 charge to gain the power of flight for 10 minutes. During this duration, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed, and you can hover.
All right, so you do not have to make any sort of check to get over the spikes. You can just fly right over them.
Whee!
Like an eagle.
No, that was what Phantom did to me.
Yeah.
And Larry's gonna respond back. To a point, hate to say it, but I completely understand what you're going through. And if there's any way I can help you, I don't know what there is left of you in this amulet here, but I'm on a mission to free some souls from a witch. I need to regroup with my friends first.
Well, if you can get to safety and get me away from the Master, I might be able to give you some information that can help.
Okay. Absolutely. All right, and I'm gonna leave the vampire spawn behind the spikes and head upstairs.
All right, let's cut back to everybody else.
Dan.
Yes.
I vaguely remember the Stone of Dreaming. I thought it was able to heal or do something, and I don't know if it's able to help out Phantom at all.
What the Stone of Dreams can do, you can use 1 charge to cure any disease. You can use 2 charges to cast Remove Curse, or you can use 3 charges to cast Greater Restoration. What I will say here for Phantom, Greater Restoration would return him to consciousness.
Okay, I'm still hidden. I will take my bonus action to continue to do the help action, and then I'll use my action to expend 3 charges and bring Phantom back. So that would mean the Stone of Dreaming is down to 2 charges left.
Jack, you beautiful son of a bitch.
Well, that's a new one. This little rock thing is actually pretty useful, but I have a feeling that it's going to break sometime soon if we use it too much. How you feeling?
Remarkably conscious, all things considered.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll for both of the Helmed Horrors that are once again going to start swinging. An 8 and an 18 against Carmilla, so only one of them will hit. And then against Mary, a 19 and a nat 1.
Ooh. Okay, I'll take the 19.
So Carmilla, you will take 7 damage.
Okay.
And Mary, you will also take 7, but cut in half. That's going to round to 4.
Okay.
And then remember, you've got the temporary hit points, so you can reduce that damage by, I think it's 3.
Oh, yeah.
So that will end both of their turns. The one that is attacking Mary, because of its nat 1, overextends itself, leaves itself vulnerable. So you've got advantage on your next attack. So now, Mary, it is your turn.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to use that. Okay. Oh, one of them's a nat 20.
Yeah!
Oh.
He's back.
All right, so basically its resistance is nullified. So
Cool.
this attack will do as it should.
Got it. Okay. So 1d8 plus 3. That is an 8. So he takes a full 11 damage.
All right.
And second attack, I'm going to roll for that one right now. Guys, you're not going to believe this.
Was it another nat 20?
It was another nat 20.
Yeah.
Ben, the nat 20 magnets back.
You
All
need
right.
it too.
I got 2 nat 20s in a row.
The only 2 nat 20s of the entire campaign.
Only you can.
You know what I'm going to say? Because you got 2 nat 20s in a row, go ahead and do critical damage for this. So double your dice.
Double the dice.
We have a chance now.
All right. Okay. So it's 11 because 6 and 5. 11 plus 3, 14.
All right, so now it is Carmilla's turn.
Break another nail. All right, let's roll. That's a 5.
That's not going to do it.
Oh, a 10.
That's still not going to do it.
Yeah, their AC is 20.
I'm just basically using this thing as an emery board.
All right, so Phantom, now it's your turn.
Hoping that this will be a bonus action, I'm going to spring out like a jack-in-the-box and slap the pocket watch against Carmilla.
All right, so Carmilla, you gain all of the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, yeah.
However, the next time the party long rests, you will not.
Yeah.
So as you click the pocket watch, a vortex of time swirls around you, and you feel rejuvenated as it steals vitality from your future self.
Just like taking a nap.
That's oddly accurate.
And I will allow that to be a bonus action.
I'm going to try and turn him off
Oh
again.
my god.
All right, that's what I was hoping for. So roll another D100 on that insanity table.
I just realized by the time I make it upstairs, I'm not gonna be able to get out because there's a giant box in the way, plugging up the whole hall. The tiny hut is blocking the hallway into the room they're in, and then
It's
also blocking the
fine.
door out
Now-
of here.
I've got a theme going. 89.
Anytime you take damage between now and your next long rest, you must succeed on a wisdom save or be under the effects of the confusion spell.
Oh, shoot.
I don't know what that means.
It sounds very funny.
Yeah.
So So how I'm going to flavor this then is...
Drunk, loopy phantom.
Not that far off. Your head starts spinning and you feel yourself getting dizzy and a little disoriented, but you are still, at the moment at least, able to retain your lucidity. You just have to really focus and concentrate on it, or your vision will start really spinning.
It's the Final Fantasy effect where he's just like standing still but spinning in place.
Exactly.
But
then, what specifically are you looking for?
I assume that these are basically like suits of armor full of abyss. So I want to like toilet flush the abyss out of the suits of armor.
What I will say for this, Aaron, what is the highest level spell slot you have?
4th.
Okay, perfect. This will auto-cast Banishment.
Shit, yeah. Jesus, cast it. I got that slot, baby.
All right, so burning up your 4th level spell slot, you will be able to cast Banishment. It will affect 2 if it's upcast to level 5, so you will take 1 level of exhaustion.
Ah, hell, let's do it.
Okay, so they will both need to make a charisma saving throw. Well, that is a 2 and a 9.
Sweet.
DC 14.
Love it.
They are both banished to the abyss.
Flush.
Now, this will wear off in 1 minute.
Oh, so we gotta go.
Shit. We gotta
Where?
run.
Well, shit, we still have Larry.
Wait, I still have the book, don't I?
But that will be at the top of what we cut to, because first, we're going to cut back to Imhotep.
Yay!
The hell
Rollin',
adventure.
rollin', rollin'. Keep that boulder rollin'.
Rolling.
Okay, one moment, please. Takes his hand off the boulder and starts going backwards. No. Hello? Is there anybody? Echo! Grumbles and just keeps rolling. Whoever thought that this boulder was a good idea, I want to speak to their manager and then run the Kopesh through the manager.
You already did speak to the manager.
I don't need the stops, looks down because it has to be down. I don't need the sass, Mr. Asmodeus.
As you grumble and roll, you are about halfway up this set of rickety stairs. You've gone up several hundreds of feet, and you've got several hundreds of feet to go before you are done with this exit from Layer 9, moving into the entrance to Layer 8.
Wow, just the one layer.
Let's keep it going.
All right, so back to the team. Larry, you enter back into the main floor.
Okay.
And you can hear the commotion going on, but you see a big old box.
I see a big old box. I'm like, gosh, shoot. And then I remember how even when Vordenberg was on our side, and technically a good person, when we tried to chat with him, everybody was very hostile.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna whisper to the locket, hey, so I'm about to rejoin with my group. You, or your other half, has put us through a lot of shit. So I think it would be in everyone's best interest if around them, you just are a normal locket, okay?
You snake!
That's smart. Because I mean, above table, like, Jack just got done killing him.
Yeah, y'all are gonna be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very much so. Mary would probably squish it.
Well, canonically, Larry can't lie for crap. Like, he's always been caught. Because none of us know about anything that the locket's been going on.
You're right. So, Renfield just needs to keep his little locket mouth shut, and everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the collector of necklaces over here.
That is completely understandable.
Okay, is it still freezing cold?
The temperature has lessened a little bit. It is still cold to the touch, but not painfully so.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it wrapped in cloth, and next to my lotus pendant, I'm just gonna put it on, stuff it in my shirt, and float on over.
Okay, so as you fly back down towards the team, I'm going to turn it all over to you guys to tell me how that interaction goes.
Yeah, do you guys step out of your box?
I have such a stupid idea. I'm going to run out of the box. The box doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to get to about here, and I'm going to start casting it again. So everybody better get over here.
Whoa!
I'm like, Phantom, we need to find Larry and get the hell out of here.
As I'm just like, wee!
Do I see Larry from this point?
You all can see Larry flying towards you.
Cool. I yelled at Erik. I was like, Erik, we need to find Larry right. Oh, hey, there he is.
Larry, get in here.
I'm just swimming. I'm swimming towards you guys. We need to get out of here!
Yes, we do.
And close enough. All right, the tiny hut drops.
I was just going to say that I had an idea, so that way you didn't have to use up your spell to protect us.
I have so many spell slots. I was dead for the whole Dracula thing.
Well, just a heads up, we could jump into the ethereal plane when they're popping back into the material plane, and then basically we won't be in the same area.
There is one person thing / whatever that may be in the way. There is a specter who does not like me very much.
What did you do?
What did I do?
Question.
Jeez, you people, you think that it's all my fault? Well, okay, maybe it is a little bit.
Carmilla, given the circumstances, and especially of who just came back from the literal dead, yeah, I think that's a very apt question to ask.
Oh yeah, Larry, Imhotep's dead.
Wait, what happened?
I look over to Phantom and is like, you know what? I was going to save this till later, but now I punch him in the face.
Ooh.
How much is an unarmed strike going to do to me?
His strength modifier +1.
Is he gonna bounce around like a super ball?
Yep, just like back in Gore's prison, Phantom's going to ricochet and pinball all around this tiny hut.
So I don't need to roll to hit for that? I could just punch him in the face?
Because it's funny, yeah.
All right, sweet, yeah. I just wanted hard enough to give him a black eye.
It was important to know. We'll mourn later.
And I was just like, I pick him up, I help him to his feet, and then I just give him the biggest non-bone crushing bear hug I could, and I whisper in his ear, please never do that again. I cannot lose another friend.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it. Thanks.
Inspiration, Ben.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Larry hearing that information is just color drained. Okay. 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 That's always what happens, huh? That's always what happens in a scenario where I'm supposed to die. Somebody else dies. Okay.
He was already dead, for what it's worth.
Well,
kept the bones.
Look, if he can come back once before, he can come back again. I have what's left of him in here, and I hold up the bag. But right now, we need to get you and everyone else out of here. And also, I give him another once over. Is oh, thank whoever is up above us that you're okay.
Yeah. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but you're right. We gotta go.
We can figure out the who, the what, and the why later. For now, priority number 1 is leaving this hellhole of a castle. Jack, you said there was a place in the ethereal plane that we could get to?
Yeah, Carmilla's gonna snap open the book.
Hold on. If I remember correctly, I think there was a barrier that prevented us from exiting outside. So I don't...
Let me see. Do I have spell slots? Un momento, por favor.
I hit you with the pocket watch.
Woo! All right. I can dispel some shit and we can get out of here.
Damn, that pocket watch be coming in clutch.
Yeah, you like it
You
now.
just keep
I like it now, but I'm not going to like it
we're
later.
gonna hate it later.
As we go into the ethereal plane, I look over to Carmilla. I was like, Carmilla, if you liked men, I would kiss you right now.
Listen, things are changing for me. I've had some feelings recently, really searched my souls. And
well, if that's the case, I take her hand, give it a tiny little peck, and then
What is happening?
Character development. We're growing.
Said with such disdain.
The fans don't have to ship us.
Once again, I take her.
Ship ourselves.
I take Carmilla's hand. I just give it a little peck. I go, thank you. Now let's go.
Frank Carmilla.
Frank Carmilla.
Frank Milla.
Guys, Karnstein is right there.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Oh my god, what the hell?
All right, while
did
they're
it-
smooching, I'm gonna dispel magic the
I was gonna
barrier.
say,
I think the rest of us just leave, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna put my hands onto the magic barrier door and just like rip the fabric of the spell apart with a dispel magic.
Hell yeah.
That's sick as hell.
That is sick as hell.
Thank you.
So with that rad move,
Yeah, we gotta deal with this shit.
you make your way out to the front of the castle. You are still in the ethereal plane, so you are in a separate plane of existence. But as you are making your way out, you see Dracula dissipate into a swarm of bats.
Oh shit.
That's fine. He's in the material plane.
And the rest of the people that have been left behind and riled up and rallied by him are foaming at the mouth. They are raising pitchforks and torches. And Daniel, if you want to have some fun, angry mob banter, even though they are in a different plane of existence, they are very much adjacent to the material plane and will still have to roll to get by these crowds of people.
Did you hear with that really weird man with the funny vampire powers? He tells you there's monsters all over the place. I didn't know there was monsters all over the place. I got on my fancy torch and me cool pitchfork. I didn't even know who you had. I don't know why I have this. But you know what? I'm angry, I don't know why, and I want to kill something.
Carmilla looks over at Frankenstein's like, well, I think you and I have seen this before somewhere in the past. Some deja vu.
I start to shudder. As I look over to the crowds, the torches, the pitchforks. I'm flashing back to the night when I first came into existence. I go.
Carmilla is going to step in front of all of y'all.
Come on, English, let's kill some fucking monsters.
Oh my god.
Thank you for that callback, you beautiful bastard.
All right, and everybody make a group Constitution save.
Gross.
As long as more than half of you get above a 16, you'll all pass.
22.
I got an 8.
23.
2.
Jack?
Your deciding factor.
I have a -1 for Constitution, so that's a 4.
Can I give up my DM inspiration to roll that shit again?
I'll say you can use up your inspiration so he can re-roll.
Aww.
Sweet. Ooh, that's a 17.
Oh, thank you.
So, you momentarily flicker back into the material plane, and the crowds of people all lay eyes on you and see this very obvious group of monsters: a vampire, a Frankenstein monster, a normal-looking human guy, a man covered in bandages, and the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, we're basically taking the normal-looking one as a hostage.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see that guy? He had a sword. You idiot. Oh, God, sword. I still got my cool fancy pitchfork. I got a torch. I got a sword. I got a rock. I got a question real quickly. Why do we all have all these things? We're in the middle of London. I don't think any of us are particularly farmers, so why are we coming out here with farm equipment?
Oh, there's a guy over there giving away free farm equipment for an angry mob. I don't know why, but I feel like I'll get one.
Right, Farmer Mayhem. I forgot about him. He's always out there with the signs talking about anarchy and bring down the government, fuck capitalism, right? Yeah, wonderful lad, great guy. Anyways, monsters.
All right, and then you flicker back into the ethereal plane. Your grasp on the ethereal plane is getting thinner and thinner. And you hear, off in the distance, a screech as a specter wails. Oh my God! I thought I told you time and again! You can't
man.
Yeah, thinking the same thing.
We should run. We should really run.
We're trying to leave. Please let us go.
I say we just move forward. We just walk by as long as we've got this spell over us.
All right.
Roll out, squad.
Jackie's just gonna start running forward.
All right, so as you move past the crowd, everyone make another Constitution check.
I don't.
Constitution saving throw, that is.
That's not better.
That's a 21 for me.
Oh my god, that's a 20.
I got a 10.
11.
10?
So, because less than half of the group succeeded on this Constitution save,
Oh, shit.
the Wraith, as it comes barreling out towards you, shunts you all back to the material plane.
Damn it.
And you hear one last echoing gasp of,
Your house sucks anyway.
and you are now all plopped down right in the middle of this gathering angry mob.
Hey, looks look different than us. I don't like that.
That's racist.
That's the joke.
Boo?
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Yes!
Okay.
Meanwhile, he tried to scare some kids in Stratford, and
Yeah.
they weren't phased at all.
No, they weren't.
They were children. That's the difference.
Cool, that's a +3, so that makes it an unnatural 20 because I rolled a 17 and a 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're gonna take a few steps back as a group.
Can I try and convince them that we are emissaries of Dracula?
Go ahead and plead your case.
Wait, I don't have to roll. I just have to convince you. I don't have a die big enough for that.
I think it's even worse.
I'm gonna just preemptively stand a little closer to Mary.
Good angry people of the Isles, we have come here today as emissaries of your Lord and Savior, Mr. Dracula Tepesh. You liked him, yes? His flair for the dramatic?
He made me feel things I didn't know I could feel.
Yes, we've all had that type of reaction from him. It's completely natural. We have some cargo for him. As you can see, we have the strongest, the fastest, the least visible, and an actor.
Interesting.
We wish to pass and make sure that Mr. Tepesh has everything he needs for his new dystopia, myopia,
Dystopia.
to come to fruition.
Roll either deception or performance at disadvantage.
We got a 15 and an 11.
I'm going to turn this over to Daniel for fun effects and everything. I will say you have sufficiently confused the crowd.
They all stand there, torches and pitchforks raised. I don't know if we should kill them. I want to kill something. I don't know if it's them.
The thing to kill is inside the castle. I saw it. They were covered in armor.
Those are just knights. Those are just the knights that still exist.
Roll either performance or deception.
Yay, the first time. Oh no, my dice hate me though. 18.
Well, as these angry mobs are bickering with each other, you can see off to the south, a horse and carriage is making its way through, and you recognize Maleva driving towards the castle.
I was going to ask if I saw her.
Phantom turns his nose up.
With an 18, Jack's deception works. Daniel, I'm going to turn it entirely over to you to how well it works and what the effect is.
I believe you. I think you're right. We'll leave a group behind at the door to take out whatever comes out. That seems like a good idea. Right, guys? Yeah.
So one group starts to make its way back towards the castle. The rest of them still more or less stay put. and Maleva's carriage gets closer, and you can see her gesturing and ushering to all of you to get in.
Nice.
All right, guys. It's time to go.
Yes, it is.
I'm going over here, jumping over the handrails or whatever.
I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. I can fly.
First star to the right and straight on till dawn.
All right, everybody roll stealth.
Oh, shit.
12.
Natural 1. Ooh.
Oh,
14.
hold on. I'm trying to do math. I got 17 plus 9, so...
So that.
Big.
I got a 12.
As a group, you do not succeed on your stealth check. You are able to make it to the carriage, but they see Larry flying.
God damn it.
So the crowd all bands together, and in one giant... What's a word that's not mob?
Mega mob?
Swarm.
This is a mob.
In one giant swarm.
I was gonna say another good one. A wave.
A wave of villagers begins to crest and crash down behind you.
Wow.
As they swarm, running, sprinting full speed down the streets after you, as you all clamber into the carriage.
As I walk past the driver's side window, Phantom gives a very scathing and catty look and says, Maleva.
Oh.
Yes, whatever, asshole. Get in the car.
I love it. I love it.
I love Maleva. I've missed her. Maleva, we've got it's the usual mod procedure. Usual
mob
escape
maneuver.
route tactic, I imagine.
Guys, we could explain this on the road.
We've been through this many times before. All right, step on it. And the carriage peels out of there, and the mob continues to sprint after you. You outrun the mob, but you are all marked and known.
Mark my words, you are marked and known. We will find you, and you will not find a place. What does that even mean? I don't know. It's what the big voice in the sky said, so I'm going to repeat it.
We are the outcasts, the misfits you might say. We deal with the nightmares that you run away from every single day. We know the world is a gruesome little place, but us outsiders, we've developed quite a taste for the grisly and morbid, the ghastly and the horrid. We know it's awful dreadful, but we like it. Just another haunted night, shrouded with unearthly fright. So when you're oh so terrified, you know who to call. The world is falling apart, we'll never take it to heart. Some monsters and creatures and spirits and specters and all, let's all have a ball.
I contribute so much to this particular interaction, so yeah, I'm still here. Let's go.
Your moral support. We need you here.
I can almost hear his voice.
It's like he's with us right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Definitely him.